Today we're baking cookies. Tomorrow is Thanksgiving. Yesterday I got fired. Imagine being fired during the holiday season. I was telling one of my friends this feels like a weird Hallmark movie where I'm about to be the Scrooge character. I'll tell you the whole story as we go, I guess. But as for right now, I have to bake cookies for my boyfriend's family for Thanksgiving tomorrow. I'm going to go bake some cookies for them. And if you want to hear how I got fired, then let's hang out for a little while. So a little background and context about me. I've been working as a paint instructor for a little bit over a year now. I've been doing kind of like Bob Ross style paint instructions at a studio in Connecticut. It's a lot of fun. I love it a lot, and I'm pretty good at it. I applied to work there in September 2024. My only scheduling conflict was that I couldn't work Sundays, and they said that wouldn't be a problem. They do have a weekend policy where you are supposed to be available a certain amount of weekend days a month, but that since I would be working Fridays and Saturdays, that it wouldn't be a problem. I'd be able to work around it, no issue. I also want to throw in there that I have very good standing at the studio. They weren't looking for a reason to fire me. I work very hard there, and if there's ever if somebody ever needs shift coverage, I jump in. They weren't looking for a reason to fire me. My whole family lives in Virginia, and my entire extended family gets together for Christmas at my grandparents' house. So I told the paint studio that I would be going home for Christmas. I did it last year, and it wasn't a problem at all. And so I wasn't expecting it to be a problem this year. Monday before Thanksgiving, which, hey, mind you, I did not go home for Thanksgiving. My entire family gets together for Thanksgiving too. I had to stay in Connecticut because I would be working at the paint studio the day after Thanksgiving. So I did not ask off for Thanksgiving so that I could ask off for Christmas. This is a part-time job, by the way. Although it was perfectly fine last year when I asked off for Christmas, and we had less people working in the studio, by the way, this year they said that I needed to work Christmas. At this point in the video, I needed to run over to my mom's kitchen to get some more measuring spoons and bowls because I only have one bowl. So I ran over to her kitchen, and when I came back over, Bowie was waiting for me. He does this literally anytime I leave the house. When I come back, he is waiting in the window for me like my little angel. Back to my story. This past Monday, before Thanksgiving, I got a message from my manager saying that I needed to either open up a Sunday or I needed to work the Saturday after Christmas. I physically could not be back in time to work Saturday after Christmas. Christmas is on I think a Thursday, and I just could not be back. And they've been really on me trying to get me to work Sundays every single month. And since the summertime, they've been trying to get me to work Sunday every month, and it's been driving me crazy. And some months I've given in and let them schedule me on Sundays. In his message to me, he said that I needed to let him know by the end of the day what I was going to do, whether I was going to work Sunday or work the Saturday after Christmas, or else they would have to take me off the schedule for the month of December. And I said, okay. I said, just to be extremely clear, am I going to be put back on the schedule in January, or are you threatening to fire me? And he was like, no, don't take this as a threat. We really don't want it to go that way. But no, you would not be put back on the schedule in January. And I was like, okay. I've been working at the studio longer than my manager has. So I told him, I was like, okay, well, when I was hired, I said I could not work Sundays. And you guys keep changing this. And he was like, oh, I didn't know that. Let me loop in the general manager and let's figure this out, because I don't want to fire you, and I didn't know that was something that you were hired in with. So he loops in the general manager, who makes our schedules now, by the way, and She pretty much said that since I signed the handbook, like the company handbook, that I negated not being able to work on Sundays, which I didn't really understand. I was like, okay, pull up my application. What do you mean? I said I can't work Sundays. And she was like, no, but you signed the handbook. And I'm like, what is that? That doesn't change anything. Pretty much all she said was either you work the Saturday after Christmas or you step down. And I was like, step down from what? I'm a part-time employee. What am I stepping down to? I was like, do you mean quit? Because I'm not going to quit. I said, I love this job. I'm not going to quit it. And I was like, but I physically cannot be back here in time from Virginia to Connecticut. I cannot make that physically. And she was like, okay, your employment is officially terminated then. Today is the day after Thanksgiving. My cookies were such a success. I was literally babying about it all night. Everybody loved the cookies, and I was like so anxious about it. Everybody loved the cookies and took some home. My family is coming home from Thanksgiving in Virginia, and they really wanted to try the cookies because I told them what a great success they were. So right now I'm remaking them. I really enjoy baking, and I really enjoy people eating things that I baked. Hi, Bowie. Can you see him? I don't know. But then also at the same time, when people eat something that I baked, I'm like, you don't have to say that you like it. Or people would like take a bite and be like, oh my gosh, these are delicious. And I'm like, please, are you serious? Do you mean that? So I don't know. It's like I love baking and I love people trying the things that I baked, but then I'm also like equally as embarrassed by it. Oop. You can't have that. He's licking the cookie dough off of this. I think I broke this, by the way, too. When I was mixing the dough, it started like that mixer started kind of smelling funny, and then lightning struck inside the mixer and it started steaming. And then it wouldn't turn on again. And also, to preface, I have 2 jobs right now. I'm working as a graphic designer at UMass Amherst, and then I was also working part-time as a paint instructor in like West Hartford, Connecticut. Your employment with Redacted has been terminated, effective immediately. You may come pick up your stuff tomorrow at 1:30 to 2:30 p.m. or we can ship it to you. Oh, okay, so I'm what, a national threat now? Oh my gosh. So yeah, I went and picked up my stuff. My manager came up to me and he was like, I am so sorry. Like, this is not what I wanted to happen, of course. And I said, it's okay. So because of that, I'm trying really hard to focus on positives. 1, I'm allowed to go home for Christmas. Yay! Not that I'm going to be able to afford presents for anybody this year, considering I just lost half of my paycheck. Crazy to fire somebody right before the holidays, but whatever. Positive number 2. I have a lot more free time now. Positive 3. All of my friends still work there. How do I spin that one positively? That's not really a positive. Oh, positive. While I worked at the paint studio, the skill of teaching art essentially was kind of like I wasn't allowed to do that anywhere except for at the studio. Now I can, and I've been playing around with the idea of doing my own Bob Ross style videos on my YouTube channel. Thoughts? These are supposed to have cake flour in them, but I ran out of cake flour, so I use normal flour. Really hoping that doesn't mess them up, but we'll see. All right. Is it allowed to fire somebody Like, what was the reason? What was the reason? Because they needed me so bad on the 27th. And I couldn't be there, so then they just fired me forever. And now they had to find somebody to cover, like, all of my shifts Thanksgiving week. And all of my shifts in December. Like, congrats. What did you accomplish? Now you still have to find somebody to work the 27th. And also, it's not like I've ever not shown up to any of my shifts. They could have, I feel like what they should have done was just schedule me for the 27th. And then if I don't show up or get it covered, then you fire me. How do you fire me before anything happened? Nothing ever even happened. I was just saying I can't be there. And it's Christmas! So I'm coping with it really well. Right now I'm making the glaze to go on top of the cookies. Personally, I didn't really like it. It's kind of like an icing thing, so I made some for myself without the icing, and I liked those, but everybody else said that they specifically really liked the icing, so I'm gonna make them for my family. But anyways, what would you guys do if you got fired right before Christmas? I'm trying to figure it out. I'm like, oh my gosh, I just inhaled so much of that. At first I was thinking that I was like, this is perfect. I can get like a seasonal job. But is it too late? I think it might be too late now. Don't you have to get like seasonal holiday jobs like right at the beginning of the season? My mom was talking to somebody and they said that like they knew somebody who needed, milk always smells so bad. I can never figure out when milk is bad because I think it smells bad all the time. To be clear, I literally just bought that milk like yesterday, so it's not bad. But my mom was talking with somebody who was looking for seasonal work, and they said that like you can't find anything. And that was before I even lost my job, so awesome. Christmas shopping is really done online now, so like, who's hiring holiday help? I don't know. Whatever. And also I loved that job so much. I don't want to just get like any other job. I guess because like it happened to me, I don't really know if I feel like it was illogical because it happened to me and like I was a very good employee and I don't feel like I did anything to be fired for. I don't know how from the outside, is it illogical that I got fired? I've never been fired. And I've always never been able to work Sundays and always go home for Christmas. What grinds my gears so much is that I'm gonna let them cook for a little bit longer. What grinds my gears so much is that I was here last year, like at the paint studio. I was there last year. I know that most of the classes after Christmas are gonna get canceled. And all of the classes leading up to Christmas are from October 1st to December 24th is like our busiest time of year. Well, not our busiest anymore, I guess. This is the icing. I don't really like icing very much. But yeah, so I guess like mostly my feelings are just hurt. Fire me after Christmas. Whatever. Let me know. Do you think that I'm crazy for thinking that I was allowed 3 days off for Christmas? Which also, like, go back and look at last year's schedule. You did it last year. Why can't I do it this year? I don't understand why they would be looking for a reason to fire me either, because they've always, like, sung my praises. Like, I haven't had, there has been no issue leading up to this point. As a matter of fact, it's been the opposite of an issue. Like, they've always said, they've always told me great things. So I guess I'm just very blindsided and my feelings are a little bit hurt. Look at these. These look pretty good. All right, well, that's pretty much my whole spiel. That is why I've been fired for the first time in my life at 26 years old, right before Christmas. I just want to work in an art studio. I loved the environment of working in an art studio, but whatever. I'm making it positive. I've still already hung out with some of my friends. Let me tell you about my friend Sam. She's the best there ever was. When I went into the studio to go pick up all of my stuff during the 1 hour time I was allotted to be at the studio, because I'm a common villain, apparently. Which also, by the way, before they fired me, they deleted me off of like everything before even letting me know that I was fired. So like my account was like already deactivated out of the like group message that we have, kicked off of like the schedule. My name was like deleted off of the website and everything before they even told me I was fired. Okay. In that 1 hour time block that I was allowed to be within a 5 mile radius of the studio, when I went to the studio to go pick up like all of my art and stuff, because I had stuff on the wall, when I went to go pick up my stuff, Sam pulled into the parking lot like right behind me, and she went into the studio with me, helped me get all my stuff, and she lives an hour away from the studio. She wasn't even working that day, and helped me get all my stuff. Every time I started crying in the studio, she would like start making jokes to try and make me laugh. And then afterwards, we went like Christmas shopping at the mall. And genuinely, I cannot like sing her praises enough, because had I just like gotten my stuff from the studio and then driven home, it would have been such a miserable and lonely day, because I was supposed to be working that day with all my friends. But it would have been such a miserable and lonely day. But instead I like went home feeling like very like full in my soul, if that makes sense. Because instead I got to spend the day hanging out with one of my best friends. And we were goofing and laughing all day, and it was great. I cannot thank her enough. It was so kind of her to do that. Please subscribe, because how many subscribers do I need to start making money? Please subscribe for that, please. I have so much more free time now, so I'll be making so many videos. So if you had fun in this video, imagine having that fun again. Comment down below something to make me laugh, please. I need it. Thank you. I'm gonna give these cookies to my family. Bye. Happy Thanksgiving and happy holidays and all of that stuff. I hope that you don't get fired from your job right before Christmas. Here's one for you to try, by the way. But see how there's like brown sugar inside it? It's not really... So here's something that I'll only admit to you guys. It's not really my tastes. I specifically only made these because I know that my boyfriend likes this. Like, I know that he likes the brown sugar cinnamon Pop-Tarts. And so I thought that brown sugar cinnamon with like this glaze over top of it would be delicious for him. But I don't really like them. So, I mean, like, the cookies are good, but like I would never be like, ooh, I really want those. Okay, you guys are being weird.